Hi, I'm Dawn Cavanaugh, National Education Director and Customer Service Manager for APQS. Working on a long arm is a whole lot of fun and is fast and simple to do, especially with the help of a pantograph on the back or rear side of the table. By simply following a line, I can trace it and make my quilting look really good on the front of the quilt without having to be perfect with everything that I do. The built-in laser on APQS stand-up models helps make that super simple. One of the really nice things is a built-in low bobbin indicator that comes standard on APQS Freddie and Millie quilting machines. That way I'm not surprised to get to the other end of the row that I've just completed only to discover that I happened to run out of bobbin way back at the beginning of the row. The built-in thread break detector also helps me know whether or not my thread has broken along the top, since my eyes are following the laser back on the pantograph side of the table. Those two special features on the Freddie and Millie machines work in tandem to make it super easy for you to quilt with no interruptions. Let me show you how they work. The bobbin level indicator on both the front and the rear side of the Millie and Freddie quilting machines allows me to see my level at any given time with a quick glance. To use the low bobbin indicator and thread break detector on your APQS Freddie or Millie machine, first slide the thread break detector switch to the on position. The switch is located on the thread path side of your machine. Once the thread break sensor is turned on the Millie or Freddie, then it's simply a matter of passing my top thread up and over the thread break sensor wheel right in the middle of the machine. Then as I sew, the thread sensor wheel rotates. That helps to measure how much bobbin thread is also being used as I quilt. You can use many different types of threads in an APQS long arm very successfully, and you can also use those threads in the bobbin. Since we can't anticipate what type of thread you might have in the bobbin at any given time, we've built a gas tank, so to speak, that is very large to accommodate a bobbin with lots and lots of thread on it. So when you first set the machine up, you'll have to calibrate the low bobbin level indicator so that your machine knows approximately how much thread is on any given bobbin. This shows what the bobbin level would be like if you had a bobbin in the quilting machine that had hundreds and hundreds of yards of thread. Basically, we're providing a very full gas tank. But most times, you won't need a gas tank with that much capacity. You'll more likely need a gas tank with a smaller capacity based on how much thread is on that given bobbin. For example, a bobbin with a very fine thread and lots of yards would need a larger gas tank, but a bobbin with very thick thread with very few yards on would really run out much sooner, and it would need a smaller gas tank. To begin the calibration process, start by inserting a full bobbin. Turn the bobbin level dial on the side of the machine all the way up until it's at the full mark, basically telling it that it's got a full bobbin inside. As you sew, the bobbin level indicator will fall as you quilt. Then you will sew with the quilting machine until you completely run out of that very first bobbin. In this example, I ran out of bobbin thread before the bobbin level indicator got all the way down to tell me I had an empty gas tank. At this point, I need to let Freddie know that I've really run out of bobbin thread so that I can adjust it to think that the gas tank is only this large instead of this big. To do that, it's very simple. I'll rotate the bobbin level dial down until I get the audible warning to tell me that the bobbin is empty. There's also the visual warning so that you can see that on the front or the back of the machine. By rotating the bobbin level dial on the side of the machine, I am able to tell Freddie that I'm actually out of bobbin thread. That allows Freddie to recalculate or calibrate a new full level for that particular bobbin. Now that I've heard the audible low bobbin warning, I just need to pull out my bobbin, put in a new one, and come up and tap the reset button right here below the low bobbin indicator. The bobbin level indicator will not jump all the way up to the full mark. It'll instead jump up to the new full level for that particular bobbin style. Now as I quilt and the low bobbin indicator level drops, when it reaches the empty mark, the audible and visual warning signs will alight to remind me to check or change my bobbin. All I need to do is put in a new bobbin, tap the reset button again, and continue on. Thanks for watching. For more information about APQS long-arm quilting machines, visit us on our website at apqs.com or stop by your local dealer to learn more.